Alright, today we're going to be talking about how to properly configure your NVIDIA profile for Blade and Soul. Now, a lot of people have been recently saying that they're getting like 20 FPS in game and blah 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 blah. And this usually occurs after they do a driver update or a Windows update or the game itself updates, which can break a lot of things, in the update process, whatever. So we're going to walk you through this step by step. First step, obviously, is to download your NVIDIA graphics driver installer from nvidia.com. Today, our version is going to be 398.11. And you're going to want to click NVIDIA graphics driver. You don't want the GeForce experience. That's just bloatware. They want to convince you that it's needed so that you can, what did they say here? What did they say? We require data to configure your graphics card and game settings for the best gaming experience. Now that's a bunch of bullshit. You don't need that. So we're just going to install the NVIDIA graphics drivers. We're going to hit agree and continue. You're going to click custom. Now this part is very important. You're going to click perform a clean install. Make sure that we have everything except for the NVIDIA GeForce experience selected. We don't want that. I'm going to click next, and now it's installing. This is going to take a few minutes, so I will pause the video here, and we'll be back in a little while. Alright, we're back, and we have finished installing the graphics drivers, and restarted the computer. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the NVIDIA control panel. We're going to make absolutely sure that we've got this set correctly. So you're going to click Configure Surround PhysX. Now in the PhysX settings box, you'll see where it says Auto Select. Now, luckily for me, the Auto Select actually selected my GPU. Some of you out there might have the CPU selected accidentally, or Auto Select might just be selecting it. We don't want that. We want to select GeForce GTX 1060 6GB. We want to select your graphics card for PhysX. Then we're just going to hit apply. And that's it. We're done. And close this out now. So next step is to open up the NVIDIA Profile Inspector. There will be a download link in the description of this video for the inspector. It's free. I highly recommend you do it, because if you don't, then why are you even watching this video in the first place? So after you've opened up your inspector, you're going to click in this little box here. You're going to type in client. And we're going to find client.exe. Now this is a bad profile. We don't want this profile. This profile will conflict with everything else that we're trying to do. So we're going to delete this profile. We're just going to make sure that we've selected the client.exe profile. We're going to delete current profile. And there you go, it's gone. Now that that's done, we're going to go to the Blade and Soul profile. Not the Korean Blade and Soul profile, not the Chinese Blade and Soul profile, just Blade and Soul. We're going to click this little button right here that says Add Application to Current Profile. Now, I already have mine open, but I'm going to show you where to find it. You're going to go to your local disk or wherever you've installed the game at. That's where you're going to go. So obviously I installed mine here. So we're going to go into first the 32-bit folder, which is just the bin folder. I'm going to select client.exe. And down here in the right-hand little corner, you see where it says application exe name. We're going to make that say application absolute path. That's very important. Make sure it says absolute path, and just click open. Now right here in this little bar, you see where it says the absolute path of the program that it's supposed to be applying this profile to. So we're going to do it again for the 64-bit version. Absolute path. Open. And there you go. Ta-da! Just like that. And then just hit apply changes. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Alright, I will get in game and show you the results in just a moment. Alright, here we are in game. And as you can see here, if I'm looking at all the characters on screen, we're hovering at about 70 FPS while it's raining. And if you look at our settings, we have pretty much everything set to high. I don't like motion blur, so I leave that off. And I have SFX quality of others set to 1, but that's not going to matter because nobody's doing anything right now. We're just standing around. But as you can see, we've got really good FPS. And if I hit Control F, now we're basically capped out on FPS. So the profile fix has worked. It is clearly working. We're getting really good FPS right now. Now there are a few things we can do to not only make the game run a little bit better, but also make it look a lot better. And I'm going to start talking to you now about how to make the game look better, because quite honestly, even this, with everything maxed out, this just looks like crap. This game, I mean, it's got a lot of potential to look really good, but you have to put the work in to make it look good. So let's see if we can't make this game look good. Alright. The first step is we're going to go back into our nVidia Profile Inspector. We're going to turn on Ambient Occlusion, even though it was technically already on. We're going to turn it on anyway. We're going to set our power management mode to prefer maximum performance. We're going to turn threaded optimization on. We're going to turn anisotropic filtering mode to user-controlled. User-defined, my bad. We're going to turn that all the way up to the highest possible setting, 16x. We're going to turn the filtering optimization on. We're going to turn filter optimization on. We're going to turn sample optimization on. We're going to set our quality to high quality. Anti-aliasing behavior flags, we're going to set that to override any application setting as enhance the application setting. We're going to set our anti-aliasing mode to enhance. We're going to set the now this part I've tested a while, and I find that if you go too high, it stops working. We're not going to go too high. We're going to go to 4x. 4x seems to be what it can handle. We're going to enable the transparency multi-sampling. We're going to enable transparency super sampling at 4x. We're also going to enable the Maxwell sample interleaving. And we're going to put FXAA to on. And we're just going to hit apply changes. And then we're going to log in again. So I will be right back after we log in. Okay, now we are back in the game again. And we actually seem to have gained a little bit of FPS. I'm not sure if that's because people are not in the area or what. But yeah. All of our settings have been accepted. Game's looking a little bit better, not too much yet. If I turn off... Okay, yeah. Now we can immediately tell that we've lost about 10 FPS, but we've gained a lot of anti-aliasing, which is going to make the game look a lot better later on, after we change a few more settings. But as you can see, we're still getting good FPS. We're still getting over 100 with Control F, and about 90, 100 with character models on, somewhere around in there. So this is still good, but we can do better. We can make this game look even better. We can. We have the technology. Let's go back and try again. Alright, now we're going to get into how to make your game look really pretty. The settings we did just a minute ago were just small potatoes. This is how you really make your game look great. It's called ReShade. Now I've got this nice little post here that I made a long time ago about how to do it, how to set it all up. I even have a video about how to set it all up and how it's going to look pretty. So I'm not going to get into huge detail about this. I'll put a link to the tutorial for this in the description, and then we'll move on. Alright, we've reapplied our ReShade, and this is more or less what it looks like. And you can tweak your ReShade to make it look however you want it to look. This is just how mine looks. But as you can see, it looks a lot more vibrant. Colors look just pop out at you. And my character itself looks a lot sharper. Now this is probably not the best area to go to really show off ReShade. So let's find a good place to go to actually show off ReShade. Let's go... Let's go over to Midnight Sky Puddle Plains. Everybody likes going to Midnight Sky Puddle Plains and taking pictures, right? I see those at least once a week. So we'll go over there. Alright, let's actually get a nice little walk through the town, shall we? Look at this. That is just pretty. Look at the detail on that tile work. Look at the sky there. Even the sky looks more vibrant to me. Go see what these soldier dudes over here are doing. As you can see, the sheen on the water looks even really a lot better than it used to. Soldier guy, what you doing? You hanging out, being all soldiery and stuff? Okay. Now before we enter, let's have a look at our FPS. Alright, so we are at 79, 80 FPS. So running ReShade does constitute a little bit of a performance hit, but it's still playable and it looks a lot better, in my opinion. And as I said before, you can change your settings around so that it's not as much of a performance hit, but then it also won't look as pretty. Let's go ahead and go inside and see what we can see. Alright, let's go into first person view. Oh wow, that looks nice. Of course, there's all the mobs down there. They're looking nice and crisp and clean. There's that weird blue light coming off of something. I don't even... What is that over there? That blue light? Oh, that's coming off of the mushroom. Go over to the waterfall. Let's see how ReShade handles waterfall. Look at these flowers here. And see, from the side, like from a straight-on look, they look amazing. I don't recommend looking at them from the top, because that's just a side effect of how the game is made. They're all just kind of straight lines. But if you look at it straight on, they look really good. Alright, the waterfall's starting to load in fully. Look at this water here. Look at this water here. And see, if I switch to first-person view, you can really see the nice lined texture, flat textures of grass. But yeah, this looks a lot better than it used to, in my opinion. Obviously, people have their own opinions about graphics and what looks good and what doesn't, but that's up to you. I think it looks good. And let's see what our FPS is right now. We're sitting at 75, 74 FPS by ourselves. Let's try turning off the pet. That doesn't really do anything. Oh well. Come back, pet. I missed you. So yeah. That's how to fix your nVidia profile and how to fix your game, make it look a lot better if you wanted to do that. And I guess I'll be seeing you next time. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the like button some love, and don't forget to subscribe.